Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the YMCA on Huntington Avenue in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls volleyball contest as part of the Independent Girls Conference quarterfinals. Today's competition pits the visiting gefilte fish of Gann Academy against the hosting Newman School Cardinals. This should be a fun one here today, folks. Got playoff volleyball on the docket today, so we should be having plenty of fun out here. Remember, folks, as always, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if there's anything you would like to say throughout this broadcast, I encourage you to say it either in the live chat here on YouTube or by sending me an email. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen there. And, you know, those notes could be anything as simple as Go Newman or Go Gann, or a shout out to a specific player if you're tuning in to watch a family member or a friend. You know, maybe you want to let us know where it is you're tuning in from. With these online live streams that can be watched all over the world, we sometimes get, you know, some fun locations that people are tuning in from. If you notice any technical difficulties with the stream, you know, in past streams here at the Y, you know, we'll have like some occasional dip outs on the Wi-Fi connection, but generally things are pretty good. But if there's anything wrong with the camera angle or the audio quality or anything like that, you know, I encourage you to speak up and say something. You never know, it may be something that I don't notice on my end, and it might be something that's an easy fix. And of course, as always, if you have any information about any names I'm getting wrong, either I just have the completely wrong name or maybe I'm messing up the pronunciation of someone's name, I appreciate all corrections in that respect. You're helping me to bring a better quality broadcast and to give these young ladies the quality coverage that they deserve. And with that note, let's go through the roster. Unfortunately, we don't have a roster for the Gann Academy team, so I'm just going to be narrating them by, you know, jersey number and position and things like that. You know, if there are any Gann fans tuning in that know any players associated with certain jersey numbers, you want to fill in those blanks for me, I'm happy to take the extra information, but for now I'll just be narrating them by number and position. But we do have the full roster for Newman as always. And going through that roster for Newman, going in order of jersey number, first off we have junior number 1, Sasha Corey. Next, another junior, number 2, Callahan Callie Brown. A freshman, number 3, Nina Antonik. A sophomore, number 4, Lore Perry Johnson. A junior, number 6, Adeline Addie Gordon. A junior, number 7, Charlotte Irwin. A junior, number 8, Ruby Romer. A junior, number 9, Federica Fede Lopez. A sophomore, number 10, Vivian Strandberg. A freshman, number 11, Emma Francis Chet. A senior, number 12, Taryn Campbell. And a freshman, number 15, Hannah Kosovic. Head coach of the Newman School girls volleyball team is Samantha Schultz. So that is the roster for Newman. Again, if there's Any names I am mispronouncing, I encourage you to correct me either in the live chat here on YouTube or by sending me an email. Now, the record I have for Newman is 10-3. I didn't find out about the result of their most recent match against Covenant Christian Academy. But prior to that game, they were 10-3 on a 6-match winning streak. So they're riding a lot of momentum going into the playoffs here. Gann Academy got out to a strong start of 4-1 to start the year, but since then a 4-match losing streak. And again, unfortunately, I didn't see the result of their last match of the regular season, but two teams headed in very different directions in terms of the kind of streak they're on to finish the regular season. We'll see how that momentum carries over here into the IGC quarterfinals. According to the scoreboard here at the Y, we got less than a minute on the pregame clock before we get this one started. Remember, fans, every set is first to 25, win by 2. First to 3 sets wins the match as it's best of 5. However, if we end up needing a 5th set to determine the victor, then that 5th and final set would be first to 15, win by 2, rather than the normal first to 25. Just a basic refresher, always good. You never know if we have a first-time viewer tuning in that might not understand how things work. That's why I always try to work in little explanations of the basics as best I can, you know, without droning on too long for people that already understand. And so if you have any questions, if there's anything about the game that you're struggling to follow, again, I encourage you to speak up and say something, either in the live chat here on YouTube, or if you're not able or not comfortable accessing the live chat on YouTube, then you can send me an email with the same message. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. The two teams now lining up for the traditional pregame handshake. The Newman School Cardinals in their black jerseys with red jersey numbers. The Gann Academy Gefilte Fish with their maroon jerseys and white jersey numbers. All right, we see some of the starters coming out onto the floor. For Gann, we see number 28, number 8, number 7, number 6, number 23, and number 9. I presume number 9 is going to sub out for the libero, and she will. Number 37 checking in at the libero spot for Gann. For Newman, among the starters, I see Callie Brown. I see Taryn Campbell. I see, I think, Nina Antonik. I see Fede Lopez, I see Ruby Romer, and I see Hannah Kosovic. I believe Kosovic, the middle blocker on the back line, going to check out for the libero, Charlotte Irwin, number 7. And we're just about ready to get this one started. Newman will be serving first from the far side. Serve from Ruby Romer is received by number 7, followed up by 37, and bumped over by 6. Diving dig there by Fede Lopez, set by Romer, and a shot over from Taryn Campbell, received by 23, bumped up by 37, bumped over by 8, taken by Campbell, set by Romer to the left. Callie Brown, a shot beautifully to the back corner for the first kill of the match. Gann thought that one was flying out, but perfect control. Great topspin on the roll shot from Callie Brown as she picks up her first kill. Ruby Romer, her first assist. Another serve from Romer, taken by 6, followed up by 37. Bumped over awkwardly by 6, taken by Irwin. Set to the right by Romer. Campbell winds and fires. A shot from the senior Taryn Campbell for her first kill. Newman off to a great start. And boy, when you've got good hitters on both sides, it's just a smorgasbord for your setter. She can go wherever she wants with her passes. Serve from Romer, just long. Ruby Romer, a very strong server for Newman, but that time just a little too much on it, and a good watch from Gann Academy. Number 7 with the serve, received by Irwin, bumped up by Romer, trying to go to the left, and Taryn Campbell with the spike delivers for another kill. Great connection between Romer and Campbell. That to me looks like a less than ideal second hit. You had to go for a bump, you're turned around and trying to go cross court for that one, but Romer and Campbell connect very well. Serve there, received by 7, sent over on 2 by 23. A diving dig sent over on 1, sent back on 1 by 6. Taken by Campbell, set by Romer, and a spike to the back. Too far from Fede Lopez as Gann picks up the point. She was trying to do the same thing that Callie Brown did on her kill, apply the top spin and have it drop inside that back line, but too much on it. On serve. Number 26 going to miss that one into the net. Free point to Newman. Now on serve for Newman will be Charlotte Irwin. The serve coming down the middle, taken by 7, set by 23, 28, sends one deep, and they're going to watch, and it's a good watch by the Newman back line there. You could see one of the players along the back tracking that one near the back line, all her teammates screaming it was going to go out, and because it was coming in slow enough, she had time to watch and make sure. Serve from Irwin, received by 6. It went over on... Oh, it went over on 1, but the Gann player, number 23, was trying to get under it and ended up backing up into the net. Can't touch the net, that's a violation. This serve down the middle again, taken by 7. Bumped up by 23. Punched over by 6, off the net cord, kept alive by Campbell, sent over on 1, taken there by 6, set by 23, 6 with a shot, roll shot there is taken on the back line, set by Romer, Hanna Kosovic sends it over. Hanna Kosovic, the freshman with the roll shot kill there. First kill for Kosovic, 4 assists for Romer. Serve from Irwin, diving dig by 6, bumped up by 23. 6 going to send it into the net. That one just came off the side of her hand. And so she couldn't get enough lift on it. 8-2, Newman leads. Irwin the serve down the middle, taken by 7, and could not be followed up off the net. And I think we can be a little generous and call that the first ace of the match, going to Charlotte Irwin. Timeout called by Gann. A 9-2 lead for Newman here in the first set. The Cardinals off to a good start here. And like I said before, they're able to spread the ball around with their different attackers. Taryn Campbell with 2 kills. 1 kill from Callie Brown and 1 from Hanna Kosovic. And, you know, when you've got depth at the hitting spots, when you've got multiple hitters that can bring it from multiple directions, like I said, your setter can just go anywhere she wants, depending on how she reads the defense, you know, depending on how she wants to mix things up and throw them off. You know, and when you've got hitters that can bring it from both sides the way Taryn Campbell can, that just gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of how you know, adjust your lineups and your rotations and things like that. Nine to 2, the Newman lead. Out of the timeout, Charlotte Irwin back on serve. This one coming to the left side this time, taken by 6, bumped over by 23, sent right back down. Taryn Campbell asserting her size and strength at the net. Reaching over to get that one for her 3rd kill. Serve from Irwin, taken by 6, set by 23. 6, the spike. That one drops in. A nice hit from number 6. First kill of the match for Gann Academy as number 23 picks up the assist. Number 28, a curving serve. It's taken by Campbell, bumped up by Romer, punched over by Kosovic, taken by 7, set by 23. 26, the spike, blocked back. Taryn Campbell says, you sent one over on me, you're not sending another, as she picks up her first block of the match. Now this serve from Campbell, taken by 6, set by 23. 6 punches it over, that goes off the pole. Your hit cannot touch that red and white pole on the side. That's a violation. 12-3 now the lead for Newman. Another serve from Campbell, and that's going to be an ace. Campbell definitely likes to curve her serves to her right, to the defense's left. And if she can keep it in and hug that sideline, it's a very effective serve. This time she goes the other way. It's received by 37, set by 23, pushed over by 9. Taken by Campbell, set by Romer to the left to Lopez, tapped down the line, and she drops it in nicely for the kill. Fede Lopez is such a good judge of the situation and what the defense is giving her. They were covering the left side on the block there. She went to the right. Serve off the net cord, and they cannot dig it out. Another ace for Taryn Campbell. 2 aces so far for the senior. This one received by 7, bumped up by 23, looking for 6, pushes it over, received by Campbell, set by Romer to the left to Lopez again, and she tried to lift that one and launched it too far. Lopez, again, reading it well, has the right idea, but she's having a little trouble getting enough topspin on those roll shots to the back line. 6 with the serve, received there, set by Romer, bumped over by Lopez, taken by 6, bumped up by 9, tapped back by Romer at the net for her first kill. The setter getting in on the fun by winning the battle at the net there. Now it's Lopez on serve. This one curving in, taken by 7, set by 23 to 9. 9 punches it over, taken by Campbell, set by Romer to the middle to Kosovic. Threads the needle, but it's dug out by 6 and over on 1. Taken by Kosovic, set to the left by Romer, tap over by Brown, received by 28, and that's going to be a kill for Callie Brown. Bit more of an erroneous receive than anything else, but Callie Brown executing well on the hit off a cross-court pass from Romer. Picks up her second kill. Serve from Lopez, received by 37, set by 23. 7 punches it over to the back, taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Coming in from the back to tap it over is Campbell. Dug out by 7, sent over on 2, received by Campbell, set by Romer. From the back, it's Lopez. Roll shot drops in perfectly. Fede Lopez has had some trouble with her roll shots from the front line, but from the back line, got the perfect lift, the perfect drop. Great placement there for her second kill. This serve is going to miss wide. Tripod bumped a bit there, but that's okay. This serve now is going to be an ace for number 37. This serve coming in shallow, dug out by Campbell, set by Romer. Brown misses that one into the net. Back-to-back points for the Fish. 18-7 now the score, still in favor of Newman. 37 serve taken by Lopez, set across by Romer, and again whiffed by Brown. They're having a little trouble with that left side connection there. Callie Brown missing on back-to-back hits. 37, another shallow serve taken by Campbell, sent over on 2 by Romer. Oh, and they cannot get it out of there. Ruby Romer picking up her second kill of this first set with kind of a desperate on-2 reach there that just worked out in her favor. Taryn Campbell picking up the assist. Kosovic, the serve, taken by 37, close to the net, goes over on 1, taken by Antonik, set by Romer, but they weren't ready for that second hit, and Gann gets the point. Number 23 on serve. Serve received by Campbell, set by Romer. Lopez, the roll shot dug out by 37, set by 23, pushed over by 7, diving dig by Campbell, kept alive by Antonik, and they cannot tap it over. Not a full kill, but they do get the point there. Another serve from 23, and that one's going to sail along. A good watch from Newman. The team all getting involved to scream that one was going out. Newman reaches 20 points, 20-10 now the score. Ruby Romer back on serve. It's taken by 6. Set there by 23. Bumped over by 6. Taken by Lopez. Set by Romer. Campbell with an awkward angle. Gets it over. Blocked back by 8. Recovered by Romer. Set up there. Punched over by Brown. Dug out by 6. Set by 23. Bumped over by 28. Received by Irwin. Set by Romer. To the back to Lopez. Hard shot to the left is dug out by 23. Followed up by 28. And bumped over by 8. Received by Irwin, set to the left by Romer, tap over by Brown is followed up by 23, now taken by 8, punched over by 7, taken by Romer, over on 1, received by 7, set by 23, bumped over by 8. And that's going to be a bump kill for number 8. Chaotic point there as Gann just hung in defensively long enough to get the hit they needed. 7 serve is too far, and it goes right back to Newman. 21-11 the score here. This serve from Callie Brown, received by 37, set by 23. 6 pushes it, and it's blocked right back in her face by Taryn Campbell. Second block of this first set for the senior Taryn Campbell. Brown's serve up the middle, taken by 37, set by 23, bumped over by 8. a bit of confusion, but Irwin takes it, but they can't follow it up. Utter confusion there, and number 8 gets her second kill. Oops. This serve from 26, received by Irwin, set by Romer, right in front of her to Campbell, who fires a missile for another kill. Four kills here in the first set for Taryn Campbell, as Ruby Romer picks up her 8th assist. Irwin's serve up the middle, taken by 37, followed up by 6, pushed over, received by Romer, bumped up by Irwin, and bumped over by Campbell, taken by 7, set by 23, to her right to 28, bumped over, taken on the back by Addie Gordon, set by Romer. Kosevic's spike is blocked, recovered by Romer. Kosevic tries again on 2, it's received by 7, set by 23, back to 28, punches it over, received by Gordon. Bumped up by Romer, looking to Lopez. Lopez threads the needle, but it's received by 37, and they get it over on 3. Taken by Kosevic, set by Romer to Campbell, and Campbell whiffs on the spike there. And give credit to Gann Academy. They hung in there long enough for their opponent to make a mistake. That set from Romer straight up in the air, and she didn't get out of the way fast enough for Campbell to get in position for a proper swing. This serve is going to miss from number 28. And now Newman with set point. Campbell the serve, taken by 6, set by 23, bumped off the net court by 6, diving dig by Campbell, sent over on 2 by Kosevic, sent back on 1 by 6, received by Gordon, bumped up by Romer, bumped over by Campbell, taken by 7, set by 23, over to 9, punches it over, and they can't dig that one out. Well-placed ball there by number 9. Number 6 with the serve, received by Campbell, bumped up by Romer, looking to Lopez on the right side, curves it, and taken by 23, bumped up by 7, pushed over by 6, received in the back by Gordon, set by Romer, Lopez taps it over and off the net cord, and down to the floor for the kill, as that will end the set. Really nice movement there from Newman on that play, as Lopez attacked from the right, got dug out, moved over to the left, and some good touch there again. Her ability to read defenses works so well in her favor, as Newman takes the first set 25-14. A 1-0 Newman lead, and during this break in the action, I'd like to take a moment to direct your attention to a link in the description section of this video. It is a link for the Greater Boston Food Bank. And the reason that I am mentioning and shouting out the Greater Boston Food Bank here today is that starting this month, the federal government suspended all SNAP benefits nationwide, which means that a lot of people are going to start going without food who are in desperate need of it. You know, local food banks and local food pantries in cities and towns the nation over are going to be fighting a much harder fight now in this situation than ever before. And they're going to need our help. They're going to need a lot of funds, a lot of food to give out to those in need of food assistance. And so I am heavily encouraging, nay, challenging all of you watching at home to donate to your local food bank, whether that be the Greater Boston Food Bank here in Boston, Massachusetts, or whatever place you may be tuning in and watching from, whatever place you call home. I myself have made a commitment that every Newman playoff game that I cover this fall, I'm going to donate $50 out of my game check to the Greater Boston Food Bank just to help support the local community, you know, that is home to the Newman School Cardinals that I love to cover so much. You know, the school understands this great cause as well. They've been running a bunch of food drives from what I've heard. This is a very important cause, and you know, I think it's time for all of us to put our money where our mouth is and show just how much we love our communities, you know, love our neighbors, you know, because it may seem weird to bring this up during a sporting event, but these sporting events are possible because of investments within the community, because of just the fact that we have a gym to play these games at here at the YMCA, the fact that the YMCA offers this space up to the Newman School, to a local school here, you know, and the fact that so many people that work for the Newman School, you know, set aside their time and their effort to help support this team coming together, getting to play these games. It's a wonderful thing. And Toby Romer in the live chat absolutely gets it, saying, donating now to GBFB. Thanks, Jesse. Let's go Cards. Awesome. Love to hear it, Toby. Toby's the guy that gets it. Follow his example, everybody. And, you know, let's help out our communities. And with that, with the responsibility section over with, let's get back to the fun as we get ready for set number 2 here in the IGC quarterfinals between the Newman School Cardinals and the Gann Academy Gefilte Fish. Pardon me. Newman took that first set in stride, 25-14, never trailed once in that set. Gann will be first to serve here, number 7 sending it over. Line drive goes into the net. Free point to Newman, and they go on serve. Ruby Romer will be on serve to start for the Cardinals here. This serve line drive goes off the hands of 37. It's a chase down. They got the second hit. Can they get it over on 3? Yes, they can. Received there by Nina Antonik. Bumped up by Romer. Punched over by Callie Brown. A bit of curve, but received by 37. Chased down by 23. Bumped over by 6. And oh, where did that one land? And they're going to say just out. Just barely wide. And no, they say it was in. Wait, did they say it was in or out? Okay, it was in. Scoreboard was a little confused, but it is 2-0 Newman. Romer's serve, diving dig there by 7, set by 23, bumped over by 8, taken by Charlotte Irwin, set by Romer, over to Brown. Brown sends a high one. It's taken by 37, set by 23, bumped over there by 6, chased down by Fede Lopez, set up by Romer. Taryn Campbell, the big swing. Taryn Campbell having herself a game so far as she picks up her team-leading 5th kill, with Ruby Romer picking up assist number 10. Now this serve head to the corner and just long there. Point goes to Gann. They are on the board here in set number 2. And this one, a diving dig there, cannot be followed up. Callie Brown was laying out for that one, but no dice. That was an ace for, trying to see the number of the server, 26, who misses that one. Now on serve for Newman, Callie Brown. Her team up 4-2. This serve is not received. They could not corral that one, and Callie Brown has her first ace. This one coming in, received by 6, bumped up there and bumped over by 9. Received by Brown, set by Romer to the middle. Nina Antonik winds and fires, sails that one too far, and a point to Gann. But going back to that ace by Callie Brown, it's so fascinating seeing the different kinds of strengths in serve that the players bring. Like Ruby Romer and Taryn Campbell bring a lot of speed to their serves. Brown's a little sneaky. She brings a lot of spin to hers. This serve coming in with some spin. It's received by Antonik, bumped up by Romer, punched down by Taryn Campbell as that one took a hard ricochet off the gym floor there. 6 kills today for Campbell. Romer, 11 assists. Serve now from Charlotte Irwin, received by 37. Bumped over by 7, sent over the net by 9. Received by Addie Gordon, set by Romer, looking to Campbell on the right side. Her spike barely received by 37 and followed up, bumped over by 23 there. Taken by Irwin, set by Romer to the middle. Kosovic off the deflection, it's taken by 37. Bumped up in the air and bumped over by 6. Taken by Gordon, set by Romer to the left this time. Off the mark, it goes over, and Gann now scrambling to get it over the net. They do. 23 sends it over. Taken by Gordon, set by Romer, looking to Lopez this time, and again, off timing on the set, and Gann is going to take the point off the error. Romer's set's just a little closer to the net than Lopez was comfortable going for. Remember, you touch the net, it's a violation. This serve a line drive, dug out by Lopez, but cannot be followed up. That's going to be another ace for Gann. Number 6 picks up her first ace of the match. This one into the net. Gann has not been able to even tie Newman at any point other than 0-0 so far this match, but they've come close a couple times this set. Campbell, the serve, floats in, dug out, and sent wide, and that's going to be an ace for Taryn Campbell. Third ace of the day for the senior. This one sent over on 1, taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Lopez applies the top spin. Casual roll shot for the kill from Fede Lopez. Just sort of walked up, made it look like she was just going to bump it over, but she applied the sneaky top spin there. This serve from Campbell, received awkwardly by 7, and that cannot be followed up. I think we can be a bit generous there and give another ace to Taryn Campbell as a timeout is called by Gann. 4 aces so far by my count for Taryn Campbell, who's filling up the stat sheet here. I've got her with 6 kills, 4 aces, 2 blocks, and 1 assist. Taryn Campbell, of course, a member of Newman's national girls basketball team. That's a level higher than the varsity team that we typically see on my streams in the winter. So Campbell, very talented athlete. She's got, you know, great height and strength, and she knows how to use it. 10-5, Newman leads here in set number 2 after winning set number 1 by a 25-14 final. And again, it's like you see the different strengths of different types of players. I mentioned Campbell's got a lot of power, and she knows how to assert herself at the net, whether as a hitter or a blocker. Fede Lopez, not as much power, but she reads the defense so well and is able to differentiate based on the situation what kind of hit she needs to go for. Whether it's a tap down the line, you know, something with a little bit of curve on it, you know, a top spin roll shot. You know, just the fact that she could walk up and drop in a roll shot like she did a couple points ago shows just how smart of a hitter she is. Campbell's serve up and over, taken by 6, set by 23, over to 7. Missed that spike into the net. Newman up by 6. The serve from Campbell, and they just missed it. just completely whiffed on the receive there, as that's ace number 5 for Taryn Campbell. This one drops in, dug out by 37, can't be followed up. Ace number 6 for Taryn Campbell. That one gonna curve wide. I mentioned before that Campbell does like to curve her serves to that right side. Sometimes when it gets away from her, it curves wildly out of bounds. And that's what happened there. 37, the serve. Hers curves to the right, but a sliding dig by Addie Gordon as sent over on 3 by Romer, but not legally. They call the double tap on Romer. You know, it was a tough hit, having to try and go for a set hit over the back of her head to get it over the net. Serve received by Irwin, set by Romer, over to Lopez. She sends a shot over. It's dug out by 37, set by 23, bumped over by 7, taken by Romer, spiked on 2 by Hana Kosovic. Sliding dig by 37, and they bump it over on 3. Dug out there by Gordon, set by Romer to the left. Tap over by Lopez. Dug out, cannot be followed up. I think, again, we can be a little generous and give that one as a kill to Fede Lopez, her 5th, as Romer picks up her 13th assist. Lopez now on serve. This one received at the back by 6, set up, punched over by 8. Number 8 now has, I believe, 3 kills for the Fish, as 23 picks up her 5th assist. And number 23 on serve, based on the chants from the Gann crowd. I think her name is Maya Rubinson. Serve received by Campbell, set by Romer, and set it to nobody. Boy, that was something there. I think she was expecting Lopez to be over on that right side, but Lopez was near her, expecting a nearer pass or something. There was some kind of miscommunication there. Now this serve, received by Irwin, bumped up by Romer. Brown could not get it over without touching the pole. And yes, they are going to say that was a violation and a point to the Fish. Another serve from 23, received by Irwin, bumped up by Romer. From the back, it's Lopez, sends it to the right side, missed it wide. Gann starting to close the gap here. They've got it down to 3. This serve down the middle, taken by Campbell, bumped up by Romer, punched over by Callie Brown, off the fingertips, dug out by 37, and sent over on 2 by number 8. And a timeout now called by Newman, as number 8 picks up her 4th kill. So Gann Academy starting to string some points together here. As they've gone on a bit of a run. 14-12 now the score. And number 8 with a team leading 4 kills for the Gann Academy Gefilte Fish. And she's been getting these kills in rather unique ways. She got 2 bump kills in the first set. Then in this set, she got 1 hit that almost seemed to just kind of die after it went over the net and just dropped into no man's land where no defenders were able to get it. And that one, she just went for the reach and kind of tapped it over her head to, again, just get it over and just drop it in. You know, so no real power shots or anything, no insane top spin or anything like that, just putting them in the right spots. Sometimes that's all it takes to get a kill. Rubinson back on serve for Gann. This serve curving up the middle, taken by Campbell, barely followed up by Romer, pushed over by Kosovic. They call the illegal double tap on Kosovic. And just like that, Gann is within one. This serve going to the back, and it sails too far. Good watch by Newman as once again, Gann comes within 1 point, but cannot finish the comeback to tie it up. Hana Kosovic on serve here for Newman. This serve dug out by 37, sent over on one, received by Campbell, tapped over on two by Ruby Romer. Good read and good reach there from Romer as she picks up her third kill. Now this serve, received by 7, sent over on one again, received awkwardly by Antonik, set up by Romer, bumped over by Antonik. Taken by 6, set by 23, 28, taps it. Oh, and it could not be blocked. Oh, but she touched the net. Number 28 touched the net when trying to tap that one over. Just a little too much forward momentum there. Couldn't stop herself. And Newman gets the point. Kosovic serve over and off the hands for an ace. Hana Kosovic brings some really strong serves here. The first two were both sent over on one hit, and this one goes for an ace. This serve sent over on one again, and it's going to be wide, and it's back-to-back aces for the freshman Hana Kosovic. This serve into the net, but a strong sequence of serves from the freshman Hana Kosovic right when her team needed it to open their lead back up again, 19-14. Seven, the serve, received by Irwin, set by Romer to the middle. Callie Brown sends it to her right and sends it wide. (19-15). This serve, more up the middle, taken by Campbell, set by Romer to Brown again, sends over the roll shot, dug out by 37, set by 23, bumped over there by 6, taken there by Lopez, set by Romer. Lopez winds and fires off the hands, dug out there, set by 23, 6 with the spike, received by Lopez, bumped up by Romer, tap over by Brown, received by 23, bumped up there by 6, punched over by 7, racing dig by Lopez, set up by Romer, and Antonik overshoots that one. And Gann starting to string some points together again. 19-16 the score. Serve from 7, curving in, received by Campbell, bumped up by Romer, punched over by Brown, received at the back by 7, set by 23, 6 misses on the spike there. And that's one that the Gann back line might be second-guessing themselves on. 37 was ducking to let that one fly out of bounds, but her teammate thought it might land in. Serve from Romer into the net. And it goes right back to Gann. (20-17) as we hit the final stretch of this second set. This serve is received there by Brown, set by Romer, looking to Brown, punches it over, and they barely get it over. Received by Lopez, set by Romer, looking to Campbell this time. It's blocked, but blocked wide. Wait, they got the point. Oh, they're saying it went off the pole. Newman is appealing the call. Interesting discussion here. And the appeal fails for Newman. They were trying to say it went off the Gann blocker's hands, but not sure if they ruled a touch of the net or a touch of the pole. Either way, point went to the fish. Serve received by Lopez, bumped up by Romer, punched over by Campbell. No question that time as it flies off the blocker's hands for another kill. 7 kills now for Campbell, 14 assists for Romer. Brown the serve, taken in the back, and tapped down by Campbell, but dug out by Gann and sent over on 2, taken by Lopez, bumped up by Irwin, punched over by Lopez, received a bit awkwardly. No chance for a second hit there. You got to respect the hustle of 37 chasing after that one, but no dice. Fede Lopez picks up her 6th kill and first assist of the day to Charlotte Irwin. This serve received by 6, set up by 23, tap over by 28. Taken by Lopez, set up by Romer, and punched over by Campbell, deflected and taken by 7, set by 23, punched over by 9, received there by Brown, set by Romer, over to Lopez, her spike, dug out by 37, sent over on 2 by 9, received by Antonik, bumped up by Romer, punched over by Lopez, taken by 37, set by 23, to the middle to 9, spike is dug out there by Romer, bumped up by Irwin, looking to Lopez, sends the top spin again, and it's dug out again by 37, sent over on 2 by 28, taken by Lopez, set by Romer, tap over by Campbell, diving dig, Gann keeps it alive, pushed over on 3, taken by Romer, bumped up by Irwin, looking to Campbell, spike, dug out, followed up by 6, punched over by 7 to the back, Brown keeps it alive, chasing after it is Romer, no chance. What a rally that time as Gann comes away with a point. I think that was number 9 who got the kill and all that craziness. I'm doing my best to follow stats on something like that. 22-19 now the score. Serve from 28, received by Irwin, set by Romer, tap over by Lopez, received there, sent over on 2, taken by Antonik, set by Romer, and Campbell whiffs on an attempted pushover. And a timeout called by Newman as again, Gann closing the gap. Give some credit here to Gann. They are starting to find their form and putting some proper hitting sequences together, getting some more proper spikes over. And you can't question the grit of their defense. And if you're Newman, the one trap that you don't want to fall into is playing down to your competition. You don't want to start being like, oh, I don't want to hit the ball too hard or try for too much spin and cause myself to make a mistake. Just because you're like, oh, I can send any hit over my, I don't want to miss against an opponent that's weaker than me. You've got to respect the opponent and bring your best no matter what level your opponent might be. You've got the stronger record. You've got the home court advantage here. You've got to play like a team asserting your authority if you want to finish the job. 22-20. Out of the timeout. Serve, dug out by Irwin, sent over on 2, desperately by Campbell, and it works. Sort of a pirouette there from Taryn Campbell for her 8th kill as Irwin picks up her 2nd assist. Irwin with the serve, taken there and bumped up by 23, pushed over by 6, diving dig by Romer, bumped up by Irwin, looking for Campbell, roll shot down the line, another diving dig, this time by 7, followed up by 6, bumped over by 23, taken by Irwin, set by Romer, to her left to Lopez, sends it off the hands for another kill. That was a big one from Fede Lopez. Set point now for Newman as Lopez picks up her 7th kill. Irwin serving for the set. It's taken by 37, bumped up by 7, bumped over by 6. Dug out there by Addie Gordon, set by Romer. Kosovic punches it over, taken by 37, set by 23, punched over by 9. Oh, Gordon can't dig that one out. Third kill of the day for number 9, as number 23 picks up her 7th assist. Still set point for Newman. 6, the serve, received by Gordon. That's going off the ceiling, but it's followed up well by Romer. Spike by Campbell, dug out by 37, set by 23, bumped over there, taken by Gordon, set by Romer, looking to Campbell again, fires too far. Gann continues to stay alive with their backs to the wall. 2 points away from a potential deuce situation here, but still set point for Newman. This serve received by Irwin, followed up by Gordon and bumped over by Campbell. Chased down by 28, sent over on 1. Oh, but Kosovic couldn't take advantage. 24-23, a big point coming up here. If Newman takes the point, they take the set. If Gann takes the point, we go to a deuce situation where it's win by 2. This serve received by Gordon, set by Romer to the left, to Lopez, mistimed it. And we're tied up for the first time outside of 0-0. We are tied between Newman and Gann. This serve received by Gordon, bumped up by Romer. Lopez, the roll shot, diving dig there, followed up by 23, punched over by 7, taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Pushed over by Campbell down the line, diving dig, and they can't send it over on 2. A little less than a full kill there, but still a big play there from Taryn Campbell as she now serves for the set. This serve received by 7. 23 sends it over on 2, taken by Kosovic, set by Romer, pushed over by Campbell. Taken by 6, set by 23. Oh no, it went off the fingertips and it went wide. And on the error on that last point, Newman just barely takes that second set, 26-24. So Newman now within 1 set of taking this match, but give a lot of credit to Gann Academy. After Newman cruised to that first set win, it looked like this was just going to be a cakewalk, and Gann said, no, we're not letting this be a cakewalk. We're going to fight, and fight they did, you know, coming so close to tying things up multiple times in that set, and then finally at the last possible point they tie things up, send it to a win by 2 situation. Newman able to come through with those last 2 points. During this break between the second and possibly third and final set, I'd like to once again direct your attention to the link in the description section of this video to the Greater Boston Food Bank's website. Greater Boston Food Bank, like so many food banks and food pantries all over the country and all over Massachusetts as well, of course, does so much work to try and help the local community and you know, feed the local community. Do so much here, and you know, they send out about over 100 million pounds of healthy food out to those in need in the Boston community. And like I said earlier today, you know, with the federal government suspending all SNAP benefits, there's going to be a lot of people in this country, including a lot of people in Massachusetts and including a lot of people here in the city of Boston, that are going to be going hungry in the days, weeks, and months to come. And they're going to need our help now more than ever. So as a community, wherever you're tuning in from, you know, whatever city or town you may be in, even whatever state you may be in, you know, there's people that need our help right now. So I say step up, support your local food bank. If you want to support the Greater Boston Food Bank, the link is in the description section, just an easy way to find it there. but wherever you may call home, because this is going to happen all over the country. So whatever place you call home, donate to your local food bank. It's a really important cause. Like I said before, I'll be donating $50 out of my game check every playoff game that I cover for Newman this fall to the Greater Boston Food Bank. You know, just as a means of supporting the community that Newman calls home, because I do consider it such a great privilege to get to cover these teams, and I want to be there for the communities in this dire situation where they need help, and I want to put my money where my mouth is. You know, I'm telling you guys to support, to donate. I'm challenging you guys to donate. I'm going to step up to that challenge myself and, you know, practice what I preach. So I hope you guys will do the same. We saw a note in the live chat that Toby Romer doing his part. Love to see that. And now we get ready for the third and possibly final set of this match. With how close that second set was, you don't know what's going to happen. But if Newman does finish strong and take this third set here, they will win the match and advance to the IGC semifinals. If Gann Academy wins the set, we get pushed to a fourth set, and we'll see what happens. Newman first to serve here in set number 3. Ruby Romer setting up to send it over. This serve comes in, received by 37 off the net cord and over. And 37 gets the bump kill for Gann. Number 7 on serve for Gann. Sends a curveball. Dug out just barely. Chased down by Romer and bumped over by Lopez. 37 takes it set by 23. Tab over by 8. Got it through the block for the kill. Gann Academy with the first lead that they've had this entire match, up here 2-0. 7 the serve. It goes long. Callie Brown now on serve. This one coming in, received by 7, bumped up by 23, off the ceiling. Oh, that went off the pipes up in the ceiling. That's a unique effect to every gym that you ever play volleyball in, is there's, you know, stuff up in the ceiling. Occasionally ball might bounce off it. This serve curving to the right goes wide. Point to Gann, and they're back in the lead. Now on serve number 26, and whiffs on that one. Free point back to Newman. Tied up at 3, Charlotte Irwin serving for the Cardinals here. This one flies down the middle, taken by 7. Set by 23, pushed over by 6, diving dig by Romer, kept alive by Lopez, punched over by Kosovic, dug out there by 6, set by 23, punched over by 7, received by Romer, bumped up by Irwin, bumped over by Campbell, taken by 7, set by 23 to the middle to 9, roll shot over, taken by Romer, punched over on 2 by Kosovic, taken by 6, set by 23, punched over by 6, deflected and taken by Romer. Oh, Irwin couldn't keep that one alive. Gann goes back up by 1. Number 28 with the serve for Gann. Received, bumped up by Romer. Spike from Campbell. Boy, was that a pretty one. Hand to hardwood from Taryn Campbell. Just a beautiful, clean swing there. Just such a fluid motion on that one. This serve drops in. That's another ace for Taryn Campbell. What a day she is having. This serve hits the net. We're tied up again at 5. Taryn Campbell now with 9 kills and 7 aces, while Ruby Romer has 16 assists. But a very close set here. 6 misses that one. And if Gann wants to keep applying pressure to Newman the way they have been throughout this set and the second set, they've got to get their serves in. This sport is designed that you can't win without winning your service points. The max amount of points you can win consecutively on receive is 1. This serve from Lopez, dug out by 6, sent on 2 by 23, taken by Kosovic, set to the left by Romer. Brown, the roll shot, cannot be dug out. Callie Brown with her 3rd kill of the match so far. Good lift on that roll shot to get over the blocker's hands and drop it into an awkward spot for the potential receivers. This serve dug out by 37, kept alive. Oh, they're going to call an illegal underhit on 23. So that hitting violation gives the point to Newman, 8-5 the lead. This serve taken by 37, bumped awkwardly and sent over by 6. Diving dig by Irwin, bumped up there by Brown, punched over by Lopez, taken by 6, set by 23. 9, the roll shot taken by Lopez, sent on 2 by Romer. Ruby Romer loves that diagonal punch on 2 as she picks up another kill with it. That's 4 kills now for Romer, as Fede Lopez picks up her first assist. This serve sent over on 1 by 9, received awkwardly, bumped up by Romer, punched over by Brown, and the top spin from Callie Brown once again delivers. Four kills now for Brown as Romer picks up her 18th assist. This serve received by 6, a bit awkward, but chased down by 28, bumped over by 23, taken by Campbell, sent on 2 by Romer, taken by 23, bumped up by 6, punched over by 7, received by Kosovic, sent to the left by Romer, tap over by Brown, sliding dig by 6, followed up by 23, bumped over by 6, but that's going to go wide. Love the hustle from 6, but sometimes when you're just chaotically chasing the point, you lose track of where you are and where you're sending the ball. Lopez, the serve, taken by 6. And no one able to follow that one up, so that's going to be an ace. Bit awkward that time. But that is going to be an ace for Fede Lopez, her first, as Gann calls timeout. 8 unanswered points from the Cardinals, 7 of them on serve, with Fede Lopez sending it over for the Cardinals. Just 1 service ace, but Newman has been executing very well during this streak. Out of the timeout, Lopez back on serve. This one taken by 37, bumped up by 7, and bumped over by 6. Taken by Kosovic, set up the middle by Romer. Kosovic blocked, recovered by Romer, but no chance to follow up the recovery there. I think that was blocked by number 9. I'm not 100% sure. 37 the serve, taken by Kosovic. Bumped up by Romer, barely punched over by Brown, and she got the kill. How about Callie Brown? Took that second hit from a very awkward angle, had to send it almost straight up on her trajectory. And you know what? She made lemonade out of lemons there. This serve is going to be short from Kosovic. 13-7. .23 serve curving to the left, taken by Irwin. Set to the left by Romer. Punched over by Antoniuk. Taken by 37. Bumped up awkwardly by 23. Pushed over by 6. Taken by Campbell. Set up the middle by Romer. Coming from the back, it's Lopez. Delivering with a well-placed shot there. Again, Lopez's ability to read where the defense is and put the ball where they aren't, unparalleled, as she picks up her 8th kill, Romer her 20th assist. This serve off the fingertips, and that's going to be an ace for Ruby Romer. We talked about the different strengths of different kinds of servers earlier in the match, and Ruby Romer's just got a fastball with the serve that she brings. Off the net cord, back-to-back aces for Ruby Romer there. But you can see, even with that, Romer prefers a lower trajectory, faster, force the defense to make the reaction that much quicker. And sails that one, got under it too much. But a substantial lead for Newman here, 16-8. Seven the serve, taken by Irwin, set to the right by Romer, looking to Brown, punches it over, taken by 37, over on 1, received by Campbell, punched on 2 by Brown, taken by 37, bumped up by 23, punched over by 7. Dug out by Irwin, set to the right by Romer to the back, and Lopez couldn't get there and couldn't get the hit she wanted, 16-9. This serve received by Lopez, over on 1, and it's taken by 6. Set by 23, tap over by 8. Backed up by Antoniuk, bumped up by Romer. Antoniuk punches it over with topspin, taken by 37. Set by 23, punched over there. Received awkwardly by Lopez, bumped up by Irwin. Brown with the roll shot, taken by 37. Set by 23, and over on 2, back on 1. Good read there from Callie Brown, as she picks up her 6th kill. And I believe 4 of those kills have come in this set here. Callie Brown has really come alive. And she sends over this serve. It's received by 7, bumped up by 23. 6 taps it over, backed up by Romer, and no one there to follow it up. That'll be a kill for 6, her 2nd. 9th assist, I believe, for 23. .26 with the serve, received by Lopez, set by Romer. Campbell fires, and Campbell delivers again. Make it 10 kills today for Taryn Campbell. Irwin now on serve. This one flies in, taken by 6, set by 23. 9, the tap over, very nicely placed there by number 9. Sometimes all it takes is you just drop it in no man's land. 10 assists for 23 as 9 picks up her 4th kill. .28 with the serve this time, taken by Irwin, bumped up by Romer, punched over by Taryn Campbell. A nice side hand punch for her 11th kill. Serve now from Campbell, received by 37, sent over on 1. Taken by Campbell, set by Romer to the left. Tap over by Lopez, dug out by 23. Followed up by 6, 7. Could not bump it over on a third hit. Maybe not a kill, but still good reaction by Lopez. Getting the left hand on it, send that one over, and force your opponent to make a mistake. Serve from Campbell, sent over on 1 by 37, taken by Lopez, set by Romer to the middle. Kosovic, the roll shot, taken by 37, set by 23. 9, roll shot over, taken by Campbell, set by Romer. Campbell, hard spike, too far. So Campbell will probably not have a chance to go for the double-double today, as she's got 11 kills and 7 aces so far. 6, curving serve, taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Tap over by Lopez, taken by 7, bumped up by 9. 7 punches it over, taken by Gordon at the back. Bumped up by Romer over to the left side, punched by Lopez. Right in my direction, beautiful cross-court spike. That is 9 kills for Fede Lopez, 23 assists for Ruby Romer. Newman now 4 points away from winning the match. Serve now from Lopez, received by 37, followed up by 23. 37 is going to punch it over, taken barely by Irwin, kept alive barely, but they cannot get it over on 3. The libero sending it over, and it works out. Serve misses well wide that time. But give a lot of credit to 37. She's been putting on a tremendous defensive effort for Gann throughout this match, and even had a nice hit that last point. Serve from Kosovic, taken by 28, sent over on 2, and it's going to be an on-2 kill for 23. This serve from 23, taken along the back by Lopez, set by Romer, to the middle to Brown. Roll shot, just a bit long. Had some good topspin on it, but just not enough. This serve, received there by Campbell, set to the left by Romer, but the set too close to the net. And the hit is missed. This serve received by Lopez, followed up by Irwin, bumped over by Campbell. Taken by 37, set by 23, and bumped over by 28. Taken at the back by Lopez, set by Romer, and hesitant bump over by Campbell, taken by 6, set by 23. Tap over by 7. Campbell backing up the blocker to take it, set by Romer to the left, punched over by Brown, taken by 37, set by 23, punched over there by 8. Taken by Lopez, nobody there to follow it up. Number 8 with her team leading 6th kill there, as Newman just got a little lost on that play. 22-17, Gann putting together a bit of a point streak as a timeout is called. We got some more notes in the live chat from some Newman fans. Matthew Irwin saying, Charlotte Irwin's #1 fan here. Great game so far, cards. And from a Newman volleyball alumnus, Annabelle Pointer in the live chat saying, yay Newman, the best girls. And those girls are just 3 points away from finishing this match and advancing to the IGC semifinals. But Gann has been putting up a fight throughout this third set, especially in that second set, as Newman barely pulled that one out. Let's see how things go out of the timeout. 22-17. Number 23, Maya Rubinson on serve for the Fish. Received by Irwin. Chased down by Romer. Bumped over barely by Antonik. Taken by 6. Set by 23 to the middle to 8. Punches it over. A laid out dig by Brown. Set by Romer. Pushed over by Campbell. Taken by 6. Set by 23. A bit awkwardly, but 28 bumps it over. Received there by Antonik. Set to the left by Romer. Punched off the net cord by Callie Brown. A much-needed point from Newman there as Callie Brown picks up her 7th kill. Serve from Romer off the fingertips. The powerful fastball from Ruby Romer has put Newman at match point. This serve received by 6, barely kept alive. 6 bumps it over on 3. Taken by Antonik, set to the left by Romer. Brown, roll shot beautifully to the corner, and that's your ball game. Callie Brown lifts that ball up to the back corner and lifts her team up to the IGC semifinals. The final score, the Newman School Cardinals 3 sets. The Gann Academy Gefilte Fish 0 sets. Set scores of 25-14, 26-24, 25-17. Just a beautiful shot, perfect arc on that top spin roll shot from Callie Brown to finish the match. Like I said, give Gann Academy a lot of credit. You know, Newman seemed to really have their number in the first set, and they led throughout almost the entirety of the second set, but Gann able to come back and force them into a deuce situation. Newman able to withstand that test, win a close second set, and then after Gann got off to a good start in that third set, Newman able to find their rhythm after a few points, take charge, and hold on to that lead the rest of the way. Final unofficial stats for the match for Gann Academy. I had number 8 with 6 kills, number 9 with 4 kills and 1 block. I had number 23, whose name I believe is Maya Rubinson, with 11 assists and 1 kill. Had number 6 with 2 kills and 1 ace. Number 37 with 1 ace, 1 assist, and 1 kill. Number 28 with 1 assist, and number 26 with 1 ace. For Newman, my unofficial stat counts. Taryn Campbell had herself a ball game with 11 kills, 7 aces, 2 blocks, and 2 assists, leading her team in 3 of those 4 statistical categories. What a match for her. Ruby Romer leading the team in assists, of course, with 25 assists to go with 4 kills and 3 aces. Fede Lopez with 9 kills, 1 ace, and 1 assist. Callie Brown, 8 kills, 1 ace. Hannah Kosovic with 1 kill and 2 aces, and Charlotte Irwin with 1 ace and 2 assists. Well, that is going to do it for this one. As I see some last notes in the live chat, Stephanie Perry saying go Newman, and Toby Romer shouting out the Newman legend Annabelle Pointer in the chat. And I want to thank you all for tuning in for this one. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all those who brought the good vibes in the live chat today. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. Be sure to go down below to the description section of this video where you can find a link to bring you to the official website of the Greater Boston Food Bank, if you would like to help support their effort to provide for those in need of food assistance. Remember, at this time, it's going to be more important than ever. And then you can also find further down the description section some links related to me, my personal website, jessesports.com, my email as well. You can use either one to find out more about me, my freelance sports broadcasting services, and, send me any comments, requests, or questions that you may have. I'll be posting highlights from this match later tonight on this channel, and I'll also be posting them on my social media pages on Instagram and Facebook. You can see the links to follow me on those platforms in the bottom right corner and in the description section down below. Newman moving on to the IGC semifinals. The final score, Newman 3, Gann 0. Set scores 25-14, 26-24, and 25-17. From the YMCA on Huntington Avenue in Boston, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.